Hello! How's everybody doing? So, as we all know, us guys can't multitask, so I'm trying to do my very best. Chilling with my puppy dog over there, watching a little Guy Fieri. Triple G, the boss, is over to my right, which, yeah, I'll go just about right there because I'll get in trouble because she's in her pajamas. So, anyway, I'm putting in a little bit of work, doing a little recap. Thought that you guys might be interested in checking out the recap video, and here it is. I hope you enjoy as much as I do. Again, you guys have a great day, a better tomorrow, and let's go.
Goodbye, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Good morning. Man, this weekend was freaking phenomenal sports weekend. Let's just be honest. I'm going to give you guys three numbers, what's going to turn into four. Okay? Here we go. 79.4, 103, 122.9, and then we'll get to the last one, okay? So the first one I want to give you is 122.9. Exit velocity from O'Neal Cruz hitting a jack over the weekend. Oh my God, 122.9 miles per hour. That's getting me so excited about this one because that's torque, that's creation, that's getting everything together. Nicely done. 103, Tarik Skubal. The last pitch he threw in his complete game shutout yesterday. 103. That is crazy. But that shows that he's been putting some good work into his lower half and putting everything together. Nicely done. And I'm going to go back to the same word that I've been going back to, creating torque. All right? Now, this one is phenomenal. 79.4, which equates out to 111.7. Okay? 111.7 is from 60 feet, 6 inches. 79.4 is from 43 feet. Okay? Carlin Pickens broke her own NCAA velocity record this weekend. Do we all understand that? That means she's thrown two pitches over 78 miles an hour. Wow. You guys all think about that for a minute. Again, torque, utilizing your lower half properly. To you young athletes out there, I can't express enough. Learn how to use your lower half, because here are three examples on how to do it. All right? Hey, this is Chris with Getaway Game Sports, and that was your Liquid Nitro moment of the weekend. Have a great one, everybody. Bye. Hey, how's everybody doing? This is Chris with Getaway Game Sports, and let me tell you, what a freaking crazy weekend. It's about the good, bad, the ugly, and the what in the actual was that. All right, folks? So, here we go. The good. I got my notes here like always, but the good. College baseball this weekend was probably the best I've seen in a long, did I say long? Because I meant long time, okay? We had, are you ready for this? Number 1, number 2, number 7, number 11, number 12, and number 16 all eliminated before the Super Regionals, folks. Yes, all eliminated. Whoa, Nelly, if you ask me. That's actually pretty cool. So, Vandy, gone. Got knocked out by Wright State. Texas, gone. Got knocked out by UTSA. Georgia gets knocked out by Oklahoma State University. Go Cowboys. Clemson gets knocked out by Kentucky. Clemson always gets knocked out, it seems like. Oregon, ooh, they had a rough one. They got screwed over hardcore, big time. They ended up getting knocked out by Cal Poly. Anson Rose, still am there for you. You're a phenomenal young man. You, sir, got screwed. That's it. That's straightforward. That's what's up. Do we all understand that? Thank you very much. Move on. Southern Mississippi gets knocked out by Miami. Miami's come back all of a sudden, waking up saying hello. Little Rock University. Wow, what a great showing. They almost took out LSU. That is just some straight up strong work by them. Unfortunately, they just ran out of pitching in the last game. In the eighth inning, it was 7-6. They were up 5-1 going into the third. Ended up giving up quite a few runs. You know what though? They had a great showing. Good for them. Congrats, guys. So here are your super regional matchups. All right, you got Louisville versus Miami. You've got FSU versus Oregon State. You've got the UNC Tar Heels against Arizona. You got Coastal Carolina versus Auburn. You've got Arkansas versus Tennessee. You got LSU versus West Virginia. Murray State. Yeah, folks, Murray State is going to play Duke. UCLA gets UTSA. All right? So that's going to be some fun matchups. I'm kind of wondering which is going to be the bigger upset. Is it going to be UTSA, Murray State, Arizona, or Miami that move on? I don't know. But we can't sleep on West Virginia. I really don't want y'all to sleep on West Virginia. Do we all understand that? All right. So now it is time to move on to the bad. And not because it's bad, because it's straight up badass, folks. Let's just be honest here. Let's just start with softball in the Women's College World Series. All right? Here we go. We got Texas. All right, folks. Texas. Good job today. I mean, Tegan Caven has a lot of this going on right now and a lot of inspiration going on. Good for her to come up strong. Her and Morgan combined for a 3-hit shutout. Okay, and with that being said, Texas is moving on. Not to mention that Katie Stewart hit a jack. Hey, good job, Texas. Hey, happy for you. Happy for Mike White. Would love to see Mike White get a natty. But they're facing Texas Tech, and they are facing Nyjah Kennedy, who is legit phenomenal. Ridiculously phenomenal pitcher. Is she worth the 1,050,024? Absolutely. Absolutely. Today's showing, no ifs, ands, or buts. She is. Okay? Don't worry about it, folks. For you folks that are griping about her getting it, she's worth it. Okay? But this game, they took out OU, and it was a great game. OU comes back in the top of the 7th, hits a 2-run jack. Boom, let's go, right? Well, no. Texas Tech comes back in the bottom of the 7th. Lauren Allred hits a sacrifice fly, scoring Mejia Davis to win the ball game. Now, that is going to be a fun matchup. Texas Tech and Texas. This is what I got to say. We're going to see a 1-0 ball game, a 2-1 ball game, and probably a 3-2 ball game, somewhere around in there, just due to the fact that the pitching is going to be so ridiculously phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, both teams can hit, but the pitching is a step above the hitters, I think. So we're going to have to see what happens and go from there, okay? Now, I got a badass fun fact for you folks, okay? There has only been 2 players, yes folks, 2 players that have gotten 3 hits in one game against Nyjah Kennedy, okay? The first one being is Abigail Dayton. Pretty cool, huh? That a girl. Back in March. And the second one was today, folks. My favorite softball player, that plays for Oklahoma, Miss Sydney Barker. Yes, I'm biased. I've known the family for quite a long time. What a great family. What a wonderful young lady she is. And I am very proud of what she did this year. And let's go. Good job, kid. Very proud of you. And yes, I want to know where I can get a number 77 jersey. That's what I want. A number 77 Barker jersey. Let me know soon, please. Anyway, all right. So, wanted to have a little bit of fun there. Notes. Goodbye. Bad throw. Oh, wait. I gotta grab them. Stand by. I'm back. Okay. Now, we're gonna go to the ugly, folks. And when I mean ugly, I mean fugly. All right? So, I get this alert, obviously, from Espen. And I'm like, what's going on here? I have no clue, no idea. So I click on it because that's what I do. And it's Kevin Schnall of Coastal Carolina straight up ripping and shredding University of Florida Gators head coach Kevin O'Sullivan. Okay? And I'm not sure what it's about, but hold on just a minute. Check this out so you can see what in and how he laid into him, okay? All right. In and how he laid into him, okay? All right. In and how he laid into him, okay? All right. In and how he laid into him, okay? All right. In and how he laid into him, okay? All right. In and how he laid into him.
One last thing I have is I have to say this, and I don't know if I'm supposed to say this or not, but I believe in standing up for what's right, and what transpired this morning on our field. Another coach disrespected our associate AD, who works as hard as anybody in our entire program. He disrespected our field crew, who are the salt of the earth. These guys would do anything for our program. It's not okay. And this needs to be brought up. Absolutely disrespectful. As a coach, it's our job to mentor young kids. And the way he treated the two site reps, the way he treated our associate AD, the way he treated our field crew is absolutely unacceptable. And that's what.
So now I'm still trying to figure out what's really truly going on. And then I see a rebuttal from Kevin O'Sullivan, kind of a little rebuttal. Okay, hold on. Here it is.
Coach, could you address the situation before the game?
I don't want to address that right now.
Nothing there, apology or anything like that?
I handled it properly. You
handled
at the end of the game, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so now that that's done, all right, I'm like, okay, it's over, it's done with, gone, right? And then we see two parts that came out. I'm going to put those here and here probably. And here you go. Whoa. Yep, I agree. That is freaking crazy. I mean, he's just straight up laying into him, isn't he, folks? Damn, those poor AD, that poor NCAA official. Jesus. Anyway, anywho. All right. Then I see a press release from the University of Florida, the AD and Kevin O'Sullivan both apologizing. Okay. So, one of the videos that we see of the two videos that came out that were pretty fugly, You hear a lot of swearing and effing this and effing that and F bombs going left and right. Okay, it was pretty bad. But we still truly don't know exactly, precisely what happened. So, as you know, and I know, there's three sides to every story. Okay? Does everybody got that? All right, good. So, we heard side one. We kind of somewhat heard side two. But what's that third side? I'm really curious to know. My understanding was that the game was pushed back an hour. I don't know. I'm like I said, that's what I'm getting at, but there has to be more to that than a game being pushed back an hour. I don't see a national championship coach, Kevin O'Sullivan, flipping his lid unless he's gotten to the point where he feels like he's entitled to anything and everything that he wants and can do whatever the fuck he wants. I don't know. You guys tell me. All right. I want to know your thoughts on that as well. I really am curious, and the reason being is this. What sanctions are going to be taken against Florida now? Okay, do we all got that? If there are going to be sanctions taken against Florida, and what about Kevin O'Sullivan? Will Kevin O'Sullivan have to quit his job? Because we've seen crazy stuff. Will he be fired? Will he pay a fine? I don't know. You guys tell me. Give me some insight. NCAA officials, I would love to know. SEC officials, I would really like to know what your thoughts on this are. All right, everybody. You know, I like to kind of talk to some people out there. I want to know their thoughts. Eric Burns, Pat McAfee, Will Clark. I really want to know Will Clark. Tony Gomes. Got to know you. Joe Conti, give it to me. Come on. Brian McRae and Tony Luca. I would really like to know all y'all's thoughts on this situation. You guys have all played, coached at the college level. I want to know what your thoughts are. I really do. But obviously, we don't want you getting in trouble. Just kidding. Just kidding. Now, we're going to get into what in the actual was that. Did you guys by any chance see the catch from the Detroit Tigers third baseman? So I'm not even going to talk to you guys about it. Just take a look at this up here, okay? Yeah, really? Are you kidding me? Was that knuckin' futz or what, folks? Wow, that was pretty awesome. Kind of funny. That was my what in the actual bleep is going on. I'm hoping to get a little more information on a few other things I've been trying to research from the weekend, so hopefully that'll be in one of my next shows that you guys can check out. I would really like to say thank you all for listening. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you. If you can like, subscribe, don't forget to share, make your comments. I want to hear good, bad, indifferent, And as well as if you're a coach, come on, let's hear it. I will be having some guests on future shows. So we'll see what happens. Gonna have some fun topics and go from there. Does that work for everybody? Hey, works for me. Don't forget our sponsors. You've got Paratravelers. www.paratravelers.net can get you anywhere around the world you want to be. God, that was bad. I agree. But you know the Paratravelers is me, so let's have some fun. Let's get you on that wonderful vacation to Alaska, Bermuda. Not the triangle, just Bermuda, so you can relax. Alaska's always fun too. Hawaii, Europe. Ooh, oh. All right, anyway, time to move on. And we can't forget about the Liquid Nitro Energy Drink, folks. You gotta love it if you are interested in getting it somehow, some way, checking it out in your area, especially if you're in Northern California in the Sacramento, Placer County, El Dorado County, Butte County, Sutter County, all those counties that encompass that area. Let me know. I would be more than glad to figure out a way to get it to you. All right. So everybody, this is Chris with Getaway Game Sports. Have a good one. Okay. So we got 2 plays, right? Yeah, 2 plays. And they both represent, in a way, the same play. Okay? Stand by. Here you go. Right now and go. And we're back. Yeah, kind of interesting. 2 different plays, 2 different outcomes. One, the fielder was barely in the play. 2, the catch was absolutely and completely, totally blocking the plate. 1, the player got called safe. And 2, player was ejected. Might have even cost them that second game. Sure cost them the first game. What are your thoughts on this, folks? Let me know. Does obstruction need to be clarified for both baseball and softball? I mean, it truly, truly needs to be. NCAA, pull your heads out of your ass on this one. You really need to. Hey, you guys have a good one. Take it easy. All right, so I finally got to see the Oregon-Stanford game. Wow, what a ball game. I knew it was good. I knew it was going to be good. Kept on hearing about it from my friends, getting texts, so on and so forth. But I do want to point this out. The next footage is graphic, so everybody needs to understand that, okay? Now, that was pretty graphic. And I gotta tell you, this was a huge, huge, huge turning point for the Oregon Ducks. Riley McCoy, you are a bleeping beast. That is what I've gotta say. Many, many kudos to you. You got up, you walked off the field. Yeah, you may have had a little bit of help, but I gotta tell you, not only did you walk off the field, you inspired your team. Coach Lombardi, great job, great job, great job on getting your team refocused and winning. Let's just be honest, winning. Great job. I mean, that is very difficult. I've seen many times where a player's been injured and it's an inspirational player like Riley McCoy. That in itself is a learning point for all young ball players to take a look at, okay? This picture, to me, that I'm going to put up in just a minute, or you're probably looking at it right now, I don't know which way I'm going to go with this, but is truly instrumental in showing how tough Riley McCoy is. And I got to put in something here, so don't laugh too hard when I say it. She is not any LeBron James. He would have jellyfished. He would have had to been life lighted out or reached out or helicoptered out, whatever y'all call it in your area. That's all I'm going to say about that. Oregon Ducks, hell of a job. Coach Lombardi, hell of a job. Riley McCoy, I hope you are doing phenomenal today, kid. I really do. Kudos go out to you. All right, so I finally got to see the Oregon-Stanford game. Wow, what a ball game. I knew it was good. I knew it was going to be good. Kept on hearing about it from my friends, getting texts, so on and so forth. But I do want to point this out. The next footage is graphic, so everybody needs to understand that, okay? Now, that was pretty graphic. And I gotta tell you, this was a huge, huge, huge turning point for the Oregon Ducks. Riley McCoy, you are a bleeping beast. That is what I've gotta say. Many, many kudos to you. You got up, you walked off the field. Yeah, you may have had a little bit of help, but I gotta tell you, not only did you walk off the field, you inspired your team. Coach Lombardi, great job, great job, great job on getting your team refocused and winning. Let's just be honest, winning. Great job. I mean, that is very difficult. I've seen many times where a player's been injured, and it's an inspirational player like Riley McCoy. That in itself is a learning point for all young ball players to take a look at, okay? This picture, to me, that I'm going to put up in just a minute, or you're probably looking at it right now, I don't know which way I'm going to go with this, but is truly instrumental in showing how tough Riley McCoy is. And I got to put in something here, so don't laugh too hard when I say it. She is not any LeBron James. He would have jellyfished. He would have had to been life lighted out or reached out or helicoptered out, whatever y'all call it in your area. That's all I'm going to say about that. Oregon Ducks, hell of a job. Coach Lombardi, hell of a job. Riley McCoy, I hope you are doing phenomenal today, kid. I really do. Kudos go out to you. Hey, good morning. It's Sunday. We got a lot of stuff going on. But before I get into all that, which I'm going to do another post on, just want to say hello. Let you know a little bit about my past, a little bit about my present, and who knows what the future is going to bring. But if you chose to follow, friend, subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. We're going to get into some more sports content a little later. The big one is, let's talk about the Champions League. No. Let's talk about the NBA final. No. The Stanley Cup final. Wait. We can never forget. What? Yeah, that's right. Women's College World Series, duh. And then the College World Series. Oh my God, what a great time of year. Hey, it is later, everybody. And this is Chris with Getaway Games Sports. So let's go. When you think of blowouts, I always think about the Niners destroying the Broncos back in 88-89 Super Bowl 55-10. Well, let's talk about Champions League, okay? Does everybody understand that? PSG won 5-0 over Inter Milan. That's absolutely ridiculous blowout. Do you guys pick up what I'm throwing down? Because, yeah. Let's move on. NBA Finals. We've got two teams now. We have the Indiana Pacers. That will be going into Oklahoma City to take on the Thunder. Let's go Pacers. Ooh. All right. Next, we have, what do we have? Dramatic pause again. No, we've got the Women's College World Series. Unbelievable games going on. Texas and Texas Tech are 2-0. We got elimination games today. What else do we got? We got a lot going on in that. Watch out for Texas Tech. Do not sleep on Najiri Kennedy. Do we all understand that? Do not sleep on her. She's pitching phenomenal. NHL playoffs. This starts 2 days, if I remember correctly, 3 days from now. You've got the Florida Panthers versus Edmonton Oilers. Going to be a crazy series. Watch it. Brawl Central. That's all that I'm going to say about that. And, ooh, boy, College World Series is getting a little crazy, folks. I don't know if you guys realize this, but number 1, Vandy, and number 2 are both in elimination games. Wow. Oregon got eliminated. They went 0-2. It's been crazy. And there's plenty more upsets, which I will talk about in another post. You guys pick up what I'm throwing down? Probably put it all in an episode of my podcast coming out probably next week. But anyway, we do have one coming out today, so check it out. You guys have a great one. This is Chris from Getaway Game Sports, and that was your Liquid Nitro Energy Moment. Hey everybody, how are you guys doing? I want to bring something up. And, well, hold on a minute. Stand by. Let me show you first. Hold on. Here we go. So, what did you think about that? I know coaches that actually work on this, work on pitching the intentional walk, just so this situation doesn't happen. Now, don't get me wrong, it's going to happen anyway because the mindset and the focus to throw strikes for pitchers is there. Right? Right. But it's not just the pitcher. It's also the catcher, making sure that they get out there, put their hand out far enough so the pitcher has something to throw at a target, because they're so used to throwing at a target, not much a space, if that makes sense to everybody. So your pitching coach sits there and says, okay, we're going to work on the intentional walk. Don't roll your eyes. Learn from it. Make yourself better. All right, everybody? Great learning moment here from this game, because it's a difference between a W and an L. We got that? Hey, you guys have a good one, and I will catch you later. Bye. Good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing? Hey, I'm doing great. Got to bed about 3:30 this morning. It's about 7:30-ish here, Pacific Standard Time. And this guy, yeah, I'm going to put a picture of him up there or some down there. I don't know yet. My puppy dog woke me up this morning. Gotta love him. But here we go. I want to talk about the Ole Miss versus Arkansas SEC tournament baseball game. Okay? There was a huge coachable moment in this. All right? You've got a ball hit by Arkansas into center field. You got the right fielder, Ryan Moorman, and the center fielder, Isaac Humphrey, converging on the ball, right? Well, hold on. You guys take a look and tell me. Okay. So I'm going to keep this going. So as you can see, they collide. All right. First of all, it's unclear if anybody called it. All right. I just want to let you guys know that. Second of all, Moorman suffered a head injury and sprained his knee, and Humphrey returned to the game. Moorman's the right fielder. Humphrey is the center fielder. Nobody knows who called it. Really? Somebody called it, but they weren't communicating with their other player. Now, as we all know, when given that opportunity, it is always the center fielder's ball, allegedly. Right? Right. Should this have been a collision? Ooh, nobody really knows. But if you're yelling loud enough, you should be able to call him off center fielder. Can you say that anybody's at fault? I don't know. Because communication is key, and if we can't communicate, therefore we won't be able to know who's going to be injured and who's not going to be injured. But suffering in the SEC tournament, a knee injury? Ooh, ouch. And a head injury? I mean, the dude straight up got DKFO'd. There's no ifs, ands, or buts in my mind that he was not DKFO'd. Hey, what are your thoughts on this play? And what coachable moment do you think you could pull out of it to make your players better? All right, everybody? Hey, this is Chris from Getaway Games Sports. Have a good one. Are you ready for part one? Let's go. Okay, so there are 4 teams. You got the Talons, Bandits, Volts, and Blaze. Now, I can't pick a favorite team because I have a bunch of favorite players. All right, I'm going to start with the Volts, and probably one of my favorite softball players that's going to be new to the league. All right. Michaela Edenfield, love her leadership and what she showed this past year with Florida State. Then I got to pick somebody from my area. Of course, the defensive phenomenal one, Sis Bates. And like always, the lady of the game, Sierra Romero, folks. If you've ever had an opportunity to sit down or just to talk with her for 5 minutes, get that opportunity because plethora of knowledge, okay? Now, the Talons is the next team. This team is got some ball players. Let's just start with the rookie, Bree Ellis. NCAA Player of the Year, freaking beast, folks, beast. She has to straight up be your liquid nitro energy moment right there. That's all I got to say. Next, got to pick somebody from my area, like always. Ali Aguilar. Unbelievable young ball player. Went to Washington, played for Team USA, did a phenomenal job of it. How can you not love Ali Aguilar? Am I right, folks? You're right. She also, just a fun fact, she coached at William Jessup, who took a national championship this year. Look that up. Then you've got Montana Fouts, just straight up beast. Straight up beast. Let's just be honest there, all right? The next team. So, what did you all think about part one? Let me know. Want your thoughts? Part two is now. The Bandits. Odyssey Alexander. Man, what she did for JMU and what she's been doing ever since then is all she's been doing is doing this. I love it. You've got Bubba Nichols Camarena. I hope I didn't butcher that last part too much. Out of UCLA. You know, straight up MVP material right there. Let's go. And then Morgan Zirkle. Really enjoyed watching her in the Athletes Unlimited softball over the last couple years. Really like what she's been doing, and hope to see her do more. Then you've got the Blaze. Alicia Ocasio out of Florida. Aaliyah Andrews, just freaking speed, period. Phenomenal outfielder. And then Bailey Klinginger out of Washington, infielder. Can't wait to see what she does this year, folks. Hey, this is probably going to be a two-parter just because it's so long and I'm so long-winded. Okay, so there are 3 players who have retired from the AU, okay? And I really wish that they were going to play in this format because I think they would truly thrive. Number 1 has to be Sam Fisher. Congratulations. Hope you're enjoying retirement. Love seeing your posts. Number 2 has to be Kat Osterman. Man, I would love to see that. And number 3, yeah, probably in my opinion, one of the GOATs, period, case closed, Haley McClenny. Love to see her in this environment and see how it goes. I hope we get to see her doing some announcing or coaching or I don't know. She's phenomenal, folks. Anyway, those are my 3 retired that I'd love to see in the game still. Have a great one, guys, gals, everybody. This is Chris from Getaway Game Sports. Part 2 is now. The Bandits. Odyssey Alexander, man, what she did for JMU and what she's been doing ever since then is all she's been doing is doing this. I love it. You've got Bubba Nichols Camarena. I hope I didn't butcher that last part too much. Out of UCLA, you know, straight up MVP material right there. Let's go. And then Morgan Zirkle. Really enjoyed watching her in the Athletes Unlimited softball over the last couple years. Really like what she's been doing, and hope to see her do more. Then you've got the Blaze. Alicia Ocasio out of Florida. Aaliyah Andrews, just freaking speed, period. Phenomenal outfielder. And then Bailey Klinginger out of Washington, infielder. Can't wait to see what she does this year, folks. Hey, this is probably going to be a two-parter just because it's so long and I'm so long-winded. Okay, so there are 3 players who have retired from the AU, okay? And I really wish that they were going to play in this format because I think they would truly thrive. Number 1 has to be Sam Fisher. Congratulations. Hope you're enjoying retirement. Love seeing your posts. Number 2 has to be Kat Osterman. Man, I would love to see that. And number 3, yeah, probably in my opinion, one of the GOATs, period, case closed, Haley McClenny. Love to see her in this environment and see how it goes. I hope we get to see her doing some announcing or coaching or I don't know. She's phenomenal, folks. Anyway, those are my 3 retired that I'd love to see in the game still. Have a great one, guys, gals, everybody. This is Chris from Getaway Game Sports. Hey. What's going on? This is Chris with Getaway Game Sports. And this is your Liquid Nitro Energy Drink moment, folks. Yes, it is. Let's go. All right. So, tomorrow. Yes, the AUSL, that's Athletes Unlimited Softball League starts. And I don't know about y'all, but I am extremely excited about it. I don't know if you can tell or not. But let's go. I'm going to channel my inner Grogu, so here we go, folks. There are 4 teams. You got the Talons, Bandits, Volts, and Blaze. Which team is your favorite? Who's going to become your favorite team? And what player will be your favorite player on that team? Those are the questions I want to know, I want to find out, and I want to see. Check out the next post for my favorite players. You guys have a great one. Bye. Hey, how's everybody doing? Okay, so I need to stay quiet because it's 1 o'clock in the morning and I just got home from work and oh my God, you want to talk about a whoa Nelly moment? Well, let me tell you, here we go. Volts, Bandits. Oh my God, this game gave us what we thought was going to be one of the greatest games ever in the history of the AUSL, and it did. Okay? 3-0. Okay, I want you to remember that with this and the next one. So here we go. The Bandits come out to a 3-0 lead in the second inning. By the third inning, the Volts finally sit there and say, okay, all right, I need to wake up. Tara Jennings goes yard, hits a 3-run blast to take the lead. They score 4 runs in the inning, okay? Then, coming up the bottom of that inning, the Bandits came back and scored. Yeah, she goes yard. Sorry, she did go yard. I was right. Go figure. Then you've got the game tied, goes into the 7th, okay? Both teams scores. Okay, on fluke plays, weird plays, total flukes. You got to see it to believe it, and I think that we have Lorenz scoring here and now. Okay, so now it's time to really have fun. Top of the 9th inning, one of my favorite players for the Bandits. I even picked her as one of my top 3 if you didn't see that before. Base hit up the middle for the Volts. Morgan Zirkle, playing center field, comes up, picks it, base hit up the middle for the Volts. Morgan Wise comes up with a runner on second base, hits a base hit to win the ball game. Great game, ladies. Oh my God, I had so much fun watching it. And yes, I was at work, and yes, I did kind of get into a little bit of trouble for watching the game, but it was awesome being able to see that game on TV. I want to say thank you all for checking out Getaway Game Sports. I hope you have a great day. Take care now. Bye. Whoa, oh my God. This is your oh my God moment of the night. So I'm just going to start it off by this. You ready? Here we go. OT. Brawl. OT. That's your first 4 games of the Stanley Cup Finals, folks. Oh my God, I hope this series goes 7. I've said it from the beginning. I want this series to go 7, okay? Now, in one of my last posts, I said, remember 3-0, okay?
Really?
Here we go. You're going to like this. So, first period, Dachik scores. Then he scores again. And then Lundell scores, which puts the Panthers up 3-0, okay? Then, in the second period, the Oilers must have come together in that locker room. Let me tell you, some of the veterans had to step up and say, hey, yeah, you know exactly what I'm saying. Time to wake up, time to step up, let's go. We played a period, or did we? It's time. Well, they came out, and man, they did one hell of a job scoring three runs, 3 goals to tie the game. Nugent Hopkins, Nurse, and Puggoldson, excuse me, sorry, I probably butchered that last one, all scored in the second period. Now, we go to the third period, all right? Do we got that? And the Oilers take the lead for the first time in the game, okay? Wallman scored. And this is 4 unanswered goals that the Panthers have given up, which is ridiculously phenomenal for the Oilers. But with this being said, with 20 seconds left in the game, allegedly at that point in time, Reinhard puts it in with the 6-man down, open net on the other end, and plugs it in. So guess what? We go into overtime, folks. Overtime. Okay? Now, with overtime upon us, at the 11-minute, 18-second mark, Andreas Sattel scores the game-winning goal for the Oilers. Now, there's a fun fact with this, and did you guys know that there has not been an NHL team in an NHL Stanley Cup final to come back from a 3-0 deficit since the 1919 Stanley Cup? Hey, I gotta show you something. You ready? Are you sure? All right, here it comes. Oh, yes, you gotta love this. How can you not? Nothing like being on a golf course sometime. Enjoying a great charity golf course for Drive for Impact. Thank you guys for having me. Again, this is Chris with Getaway Game Sports. All right, everybody, we just got done with the golf tournament, taking folks in.
And on the left.
Hey. You know. Oh, yeah. The par 3 was phenomenal, by the way. The last group of the day, they did not get a hole-in-one.
No one got it.
Yeah,
No one
right,
got the hole-in-one.
Yep, exactly. So, again, this is a great charity event. Drive for Impact. I highly recommend next year you guys try it out, check it out, do it, get it done, have fun, have a cocktail or 7, and you'll be set. Do we all pick up what I'm throwing down? There we go. That a girl. Hey, this is Chris with Getaway Game Sports. You guys have a great one.